Happy fall, everyone. This is Mary Beth McAteer-Margolis from MMTV on Main Street. And today I am really excited to have two fabulous females as guests, as our friend Louise would call them from her show, Julie Nolan and Diane DeVivo. And they are here today to tell us a little bit more about Memorial Hall, the Sailor and Soldiers Memorial Building on Main Street in Melrose, and what's going on with the hall this fall. Lots of really exciting things. I'm sure if you've been up and down Main Street, you've seen the construction and you've seen the vehicles blocking your way, and you've been going like, what the heck is going on there now?
Yeah, a lot of activity.
A lot of activity, yeah. And so in addition to the city receiving funds to do some major work, particularly on the outside of the building, or really just on the outside of the building, many of us who have attended various events there over the years realize that the inside of the building really needs some work. And that's where a relatively new organization comes into play to help with that effort, the Friends of Memorial Hall. And Diane DeVivo is one of the board members of that organization. Diane, can you tell us a little bit about the Friends of the Memorial Hall and when it started and what you do?
Sure. I'm actually the president of the board.
I knew it was coming. I was going to correct.
I
was going to jump in, but no need.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
Okay. But I follow in the footsteps of some really dynamic women who started this organization in 2017, actually. Okay. Melrose, at the time, Melrose residents, Joan Ford Monjo, Joan Cassidy, and Judy Clark. Joan has since moved from Melrose. And they decided basically that with all this money that the Memorial Hall was getting for all this outside work, that there was so much to do inside. And I like to say, all you need to do is walk in and look up, and you'll see what needs to be done.
Exactly, yeah.
So they created this board, a nonprofit board, Friends of Melrose Memorial Hall, and I became a board member initially. And then we raised some money, and then COVID hit. It just sort of stopped everything. So we picked up again in 2021, trying to decide how we needed to move forward, but we also needed to make people aware of who we were because we had kind of lost that momentum. So one of our board members had this idea that maybe we should do a gala to raise money. And we kind of mulled it over on the board and said, well, you know what? If you want to go ahead and see, test out the idea, see if you can get some people to help you, we're happy to do it. Okay. So it just took off, and the board member who suggested it was Bill Butler. Many of you may know him, and he put together this incredible team of volunteers. And I have to say that the board, we're all volunteers. The Gala committee is all volunteers.
Oh, so different than the board members or
the
some
trustees.
Trustees, right?
Yeah. So we're all complete volunteers. Yep. So Sina Downs is the chair of the Gala committee, and she's incredibly organized. And we have a graphic designer we use. We have people who own their own businesses and they're good in marketing, and we have a design consultant. All for free for us to put on this gala. Some amazing people.
So what's a gala and where is it and when's it happening? Julie, I get you. I'm sure you're in on this.
I heard gala and I said, sign me up. I mean, are you kidding me? Okay, so first of all, it's October 14th, which is a Saturday night.
Couple weeks away.
It's coming.
Yep.
And this gala in particular, is really going for old-fashioned Hollywood glam. Ooh. So there's some people that are going to do like Roaring 20s sort of flapper look. There's others that are doing, gowns. It's black tie optional. And just flipping back for a second, I think that one of the things about the gala and just all this talk about Memorial Hall, there isn't a person who lives in Melrose that hasn't been to Memorial Hall.
I would get
for something.
My 8th grade formal dance when we graduated from the Coolidge Junior High was at Memorial Hall.
Yeah,
it was a big deal.
Well, yeah, and then the Nutcracker. I mean, so many things.
The Melrose Symphony.
Melrose Symphony.
Yeah.
It's
Limnia.
It's a center of the community, and just to see all these people kind of stepping up and saying, yeah, we want to restore this and we're going to work on it. So the gala, we're still selling tickets, but it's filling up.
Okay.
It's going to have a 17-piece band.
Ooh.
So, get your dancing shoes
Good
on.
music.
Yes.
Good music.
Very
Nice,
good music.
nice.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres. We got tons of sponsorships.
Oh, great.
It's like unbelievable. We have signature drinks. We have like a red carpet. You're going to have your picture taken.
A speakeasy.
There's going to be a speakeasy. There's going to be paparazzi.
I think MMTV, if I may disclose,
Yes.
is a sponsor.
You are.
We're going to have some theatrical lighting as people are approaching the building, and maybe some spotlights on some of all of our wonderful Melrose and residents and
I think it's just
friends.
going to be a great night, great memory.
Yep.
Just to feel like you're a part of it, and to take it a step further. So the gala is one step that we're doing to raise money, but this is the kickoff of a capital campaign.
Okay.
So we are looking for legacy sponsorships, and that would allow you to have a plaque with whomever, or with your family name or someone in your family who was a soldier, to live in Memorial Hall forever. And I think that there's such an amazing, when you think about like, if I ever had grandchildren, like if they were, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my family actually is doing it. We're doing a sponsorship in our parents' name.
Nice.
So that actually helped me to sell sponsors. I'm like, listen, I got some skin in the game too. Come on, give me some money. But yeah, so if the gala's not your thing, but Memorial Hall is,
right?
You have an opportunity to be a part of that, and that's just going to be going on until we make as much money as we need to restore.
And it's been a very costly endeavor. I know lots of those older artifacts outside the building, even like around the doorways. Full disclosure, my husband, Mike Margolis, is a trustee and has been a trustee of the Memorial Building as a Vietnam veteran. He's been a trustee for many, 6 or 7 years, something like that. And, I've always been kind of like, let's get going here. This place, it really needs it.
Right.
And Julie, as you know, we have our weekly lunches there for the Melrose Rotary Club. And, there's been days when we've all been like looking up. And,
I've been tempted to wear a hard hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get certain parts of that ceiling, and you're like, wait a minute.
It is safe. We've all had it tested. We know that Executive Director Kathy Piggott-Broder would never let anyone in there if it was not safe.
Yeah.
It is safe, but it is. It is like buying one of those old Victorian houses in Melrose that you just,
exactly.
You
want to do it right.
You get a good deal on it because you do get a good deal if you go to rent the hall in comparison to many other places. But, you got to put a little stuff in it, a little money into it,
And one of the things that we find with this is that the kinds of things that we want to do are not cheap. So we recently funded, the Friends of Melrose Memorial Hall recently funded a renovation of just a transom above the front doors.
Yes.
It was over $15,000 for this kind of little square thing. But there's antique, or antique's probably not the right word, but there are older elements that have to be repaired. There's metal work that has to be taken off, polished, and carefully put back on.
Right.
So those things are really expensive.
Yeah, historical buildings, you're sort of it's tight. You can only use certain colors. You can only, So it's
you don't want to conflict with the historical aspect of the architecture by changing it around. So when was the building built?
1912.
1912. Okay. So by kind of going into the 20s, we're thinking that's sort of not really the heyday, but from when it's really starting to be used maybe in a more social way than just as a Sailor and Soldiers Memorial Building. And just so people know, there is a veterans organization that meets there weekly and in the building. So, and it is considered a memorial, just like we have the memorials down around the knoll and across the street.
Yes.
It is considered a memorial to all the soldiers and
sailors.
Sailors. And those plaques inside, which I'm
Yes.
sure eventually will also be restored.
And we are honoring that in everything we do.
Right.
Granted, we're having a gala where there'll be music and dancing and food and drinking and everybody having a good time. But in a way, that's a celebration as well.
Sure.
And too often people think of memorials as something very common and quiet and they are
sort of stark and
and they are respectful.
Right.
But there's also a part of the celebration of life that's the part of that building.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing. There is one other thing I do want to say to people about the gala. Julia's talked about, we're going to have people who are going to be in kind of roaring 20s kind of dress. And we are calling it black tie optional. There are people who are buying gowns. I am not a roaring 20s flapper person.
Okay.
I am not also a gown person. It's the jewelry I'll sparkle in.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
And I actually had someone recently say to me, well, where do I go to get this? We haven't bought tickets yet because we're a little concerned about how we're going to dress. There's no monitors
no
at
rules.
the door. So I am not going to be in a gown.
So if I want to come in my 1970s hippie,
yes, we would love
tie-dye.
We would
I have
love
a
it.
couple of those, halter top. No, probably not.
You know what?
But,
I don't think you have to go that far,
Yeah.
Mary.
Really, probably not.
I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
No, but to your point, like that, I have people that just wear a regular dress.
Yeah.
But we're having an accessories table. So when you get there and you say, maybe I'll buy some gloves, or maybe I'll buy a little fascinator.
Yeah, buy that. Yeah, a little thing with feathers
something
that
for
you
your
put on
hair.
your head. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's really good to know, because I've been having difficulty finding the appropriate kind of fascinator. I do have one, but it's not exactly. I don't
it's
think
not
it's
doing
gonna,
it?
I don't think it's going to go with my outfit. But I have to kind of decide on the outfit. But I'm really excited. Michael and I, Michael is a trustee, of course, and just as a community member who has spent many, many hours cleaning, decorating, hosting, all sorts of fundraisers, everything else at Memorial Hall. I'm so excited that the Friends have undertaken this, and so grateful that there is an organization now that is really going to focus on this. So, for the general public to support this, Julie,
Yes.
where are they going to go? How are they going to get tickets? How much are they?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent
Tell
questions.
us. Okay.
Okay, so Jim Halligan at Mitre Biter
Yeah.
is selling tickets. The tickets are $150 per ticket. But you do get 2 drink tickets along with that, free drinks.
Okay.
We're really pushing the alcohol. No, I'm kidding. And,
Julie is doing that part.
Well, I mean, 2 drinks, specialty cocktails, probably worth $30 each.
Yeah,
plus
yeah,
tip.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also
$15.
you can also get tickets at Paper and Clay
Paper-
on West Emerson
Okay.
as well. Brown Paper Tickets, which is an online a ticket selling place. If you look for Gala at Memorial Hall, I think it is.
Okay.
You can buy tickets there.
Okay.
And then I will be with at the farmers market this
Right.
Thursday.
Okay.
And you can sell tickets. You can pay cash or check. If I'm there, you can pay cash or check,
Right.
or by credit or debit card.
In addition, I will deliver.
Julie will personally deliver for no additional charge.
For no additional charge.
Maybe she'll wear her fascinator when
I
she
may-
comes up to the door.
I may.
Yeah.
I may wear
Yeah.
this. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll borrow your tie-dye dress.
It's yours. It's yours.
But yeah, I'll go around. You want to tape your money or whatever, a check on your door. I'll switch it out. We want
Can
as many
people-
people as we can. We're
Is
going to have fun.
is there, like, other than the brown paper tickets, is there like a memorialhall.org or Friends of Memorial Hall website people can go to?
Yes, we have friendsofmemorialhall.org. You can go to our website, and you can and there's it's hard to see. You have to look for it, but that's selling through brown paper tickets.
Okay,
the link
so
that's
it's links
there.
through that. Yeah. Okay, but not Eventbrite or anything like that.
No, we used brown paper tickets because it's actually the fees are less, a little less,
good.
and it actually caters to nonprofits.
Okay, all right. So Saturday night, October 14th. Get your glam on.
Get your glam on.
$150 per ticket. 2 free drinks.
Bring your dancing shoes.
Okay.
We actually have someone who is going to teach us the Charleston.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the foxtrot the other day. I don't know why. I was thinking that.
Do you know how to do that?
Well, I did do some of that ballroom dancing stuff another time, which I'll talk to Diane about another potential fundraiser down the road.
Ooh.
Dancing with the Stars kind of thing.
You're right up. Look at Julie. Her face just lit up. Jeez. You're
so we'll have to
talk.
see. We'll have to see how the gala goes. You might want to keep an eye out for the really good dancers and kind of hand pick a few people, which would not really be me and my husband. However, I am enthusiastic. What can I say?
Oh.
But
that counts.
I'm most enthusiastic about restoring the building to its former glory, shall we say. It really is a gem in this city, and we need to treat it with respect. And we would like to have a lot of admiration and a lot of pride in it.
Absolutely.
And I think this is a great way to kick off something like the Legacy program, where people can be sure that their commitment is recognized, and that the funds will be used in an appropriate way to really honor the veterans and to really, as I say, give us a little more pride in what we have.
I think it's also going to sort of kick Memorial Hall even higher up.
Sure.
I bet you'd see more people doing weddings there and other functions that maybe right now they wouldn't think of it.
Right.
But if we do it and do it right, it's just going to be well worth it.
Yep. Yeah. Great. Well, I want to thank you both for joining me today on Main Street. And let's just remind people, Miter Biter for tickets,
and Paper
and Clay for tickets. And they're going fast. So find your dancing shoes, pull out your checkbook, and be there October 14th. Kickoff at 6:30.
Door opens at 6. The program starts at 7.
Okay. Sounds good. And no end in sight, right?
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
Sounds
Mary Beth.
great.
Thanks, Mary Beth.
This is Mary Beth McAteer-Margolis for MMTV on Main Street. Thank you to Julie Nolan and Diane DeVivo from the Friends of Memorial Hall.